Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Chapter 69.
Who was Guan Lu? The sources paint a surprisingly, vivid picture. Not quite the wise old hermit you might expect.
No, definitely not. What's really striking is how early his gift showed up and how his, let's say, unconventional personality didn't seem to slow down his intellect at all.
Unconventional is putting it mildly, right?
Yeah. Guan Lu, courtesy name Gongming from Pingyuan. The novel describes him as rough and ugly in appearance. And get this, a lover of wine, uninhibited and unrestrained.
So, not exactly spending his days meditating in serene silence.
Not at all. But even as a kid, he was different. While other children played games, he was apparently up all night staring at the stars.
Obsessed with the stars.
Completely. And then during the day, he'd be drawing these complex astronomical charts on the ground. It's like he was hardwired for it, born understanding the cosmos.
Wow. Self-taught, mostly.
Pretty much. He mastered the Zui, the Book of Changes, on his own. And that's no small feat. It's foundational, a whole system of cosmology, philosophy.
More than just fortune-telling stick.
Oh, much more. It's about understanding the patterns of the universe. Plus, he knew wind corner observation, predicting things from wind patterns, a kind of sophisticated weather forecasting, and he was skilled in math and physiognomy.
Physiognomy.
Reading faces and bodies.
Exactly. Reading character, health, even destiny from physical features. He had this whole toolkit for understanding the world, seen and unseen.
And people noticed this, even with his rough edges.
Oh, yeah. The Taishu of Longya, a governor named Dan Zichun, heard about him, summoned him. Picture this. A room full of 100 scholars, very esteemed people.
Okay.
And Guan Lu walks in, asks for 3 liters of wine before he'll even talk.
Not bold move. Then he proceeds to debate the Yai, the Book of Changes, with the governor himself. From dawn till dusk. Left everyone completely speechless.
Just blew them away.
Totally. And that's how he got the nickname Divine Child. It wasn't just that he could debate, but how deep his understanding clearly was. It went beyond just memorizing texts.
So it shows how much they valued that kind of knowledge back then. It wasn't just a curiosity.
No, it was seen as a vital way to understand the world order, how heaven influenced Earth. Serious business.
But Guan Lu's insights went even deeper, didn't they? Into diagnosing sickness, sometimes finding these supernatural causes. That's where it gets really wild.
It really does. These stories show how blurred the lines were between the physical and spiritual worlds back then. Illness wasn't always just about the body. It could be spirits, ancestors, cosmic imbalance.
And Guan Lu could supposedly pinpoint that.
That's what the accounts claim. And his cures weren't just about saying prayers. They involved real, sometimes physical actions meant to restore that spiritual balance. It shows this belief that you had to address the root cause, even if it was a ghost.
Okay, give us an example. The Guo family case sounds intense.
Right. 3 brothers, all suffering from this leg paralysis that nobody could figure out. Guan Lu does his divination, and his answer is chillingly specific.
What do you say?
He said it was a female ghost from their family tomb, either their aunt or their uncle's wife.
A family ghost? Why?
The story he told was tragic. Apparently, during a famine, she was pushed into a well, killed just for a few liters of rice. Her head was crushed with a stone.
Oh, that's grim.
And according to Guan Lu, her suffering spirit was crying out, causing the brothers' paralysis as a form of retribution. And the really stark part, he said it cannot be remedied.
No cure. Just cosmic justice playing out.
Seems like it. Like some spiritual debts are just too profound to fix through human actions.
Wow. But not all cases were hopeless, right?
Yeah.
There was the Wang Ji case.
Correct. That one had a more positive outcome. This involved the wife and son of a local official, the Xin Duling. She had terrible headaches. The son had heart pain, chronic issues.
Okay, different symptoms. What was Guan Lu's diagnosis this time?
Again, incredibly precise. He said there were 2 corpses buried under their house, 8 feet deep in the west corner of the main hall.
2 bodies under the house.
Yep. And he even described their position, heads inside the wall, feet pointing out. And he connected them to the specific ailments.
No.
He said one corpse was holding a spear that was causing the wife's head pain. The other held a bow and arrows causing the son's heart pain.
Okay, that's specific. So what was the fix?
Practical, but still addressing the spiritual issue. He told them to dig them up.
Dig up the bodies.
Well, the coffins. By then, the wood of the spear and bow had rotted away, but the forms were there. They were to take the bones and rebury them properly about 10 lines, maybe 3 or 4 miles outside the city.
And did it work?
The story says yes. Once the bones were moved, the headaches and heart pains stopped. cured.
So it's this mix again.
Yes.
Spiritual diagnosis, practical action.
Exactly. Identifying the supernatural problem, then prescribing a concrete solution that brought real relief. It shows this belief that you could actively work to restore balance, even if the cause was spiritual.
A sort of holistic approach where the physical and spiritual are totally linked.
Precisely. You couldn't separate them. Well-being meant harmony in both realms.
Okay, so these stories built his reputation. But how did he really prove this uncanny ability? Especially when people were skeptical. This brings us to divining hidden objects, right? Fushu.
Yes, and this is where his accuracy seems almost unbelievable. It really makes you ask, what's going on here? Is it observation, intuition, something else? It's definitely more than just a good guess or a magic trick.
Because the descriptions are so detailed?
And poetic. It suggests he wasn't just seeing what was hidden, but understanding its essence, its nature, its place in the world. That's what impressed people.
Like the test with Zhu Guanyan.
Mm-hmm.
He hid things in boxes.
Right. Zhu Jian wanted to really test him. He secretly puts a swallow egg in one box, a beehive in another, and a spider in a third. Total secrets.
And Guanlu.
For each one, without seeing inside, he comes up with a 4-line poem describing the contents perfectly. For the swallow egg. Contains ki, like life force. Must transform, relies on the eaves, male and female take shape, wings spread.
Wow, that nails it. What about the others?
For the beehive, home inverted, many doors, conceals essence, nurtures poison, transforms in autumn. Again, captures the hive structure, the honey, the bee's life cycle.
And the spider.
Trembling long legs, spins silk into a net, seeks food in the web, thrives in twilight. It's uncanny, not just naming it, but describing its behavior and nature.
You can see why people were amazed. That level of detail is stunning.
Absolutely. And it wasn't a one-off. There's another story about an old woman whose cow was stolen.
Right, you mentioned that earlier.
Guanlu divined its location instantly. North Creek, 7 people slaughtering, hurry, skin, and meat remain. She rushes there, finds them, and reports it to the Taisho, Luqi.
And he was skeptical at first.
Yes, initially. So Luqi decides to test Guanlu himself. He hides 2 things, his official seal bag and a wild pheasant feather.
Another hidden object test.
Exactly. And Guanlu, again, nails it with poetry. For the seal bag. Inner square, outer round, 5 colors form patterns, contains treasure, guards trust, issues with regulations, perfect description of its form and function.
Incredible. And the feather.
Lofty bird, brocade body, vermilion clothes, black and yellow wings, crows without missing dawn.
He even got the crowing at dawn part for a pheasant. Amazing.
The Taisho was completely won over. Treated him like an honored guest after that. It shows this consistent, almost unnerving accuracy, like he had a direct line to information hidden from everyone else.
Okay, predicting hidden objects is one thing, but the story about altering destiny, that's next level. That's where we get into really deep philosophical territory, isn't it? Can fate be changed?
It is. And this particular story suggests, well, maybe it can, but there are rules. Big ones. There are consequences for meddling, especially for revealing how it's done.
So tell us the story. It involves a young farmer.
That's right. Guanlu is out walking, sees this 19-year-old farmer, Zhao Yan, and Guanlu immediately perceives something off. He calls it death key between the young man's eyebrows.
Death key. That sounds bad.
It was. Guanlu tells him straight up, you're going to die in 3 days.
Whoa. Talk about a bombshell. How did Zhao Yan react?
He and his father were understandably devastated. The father begs Guanlu for help, pleads with him.
Did Guanli have a plan?
He was moved by their desperation. He gave Zhao Yan very specific, almost ritualistic instructions. He had to take a bottle of good, clean wine and some deer jerky.
Okay, provisions.
And go to South Mountain Dimension, find a big pine tree. Under it, he'd see 2 men playing chess on a flat rock.
2 men playing chess. Who were they?
Guanlu described them. One facing south, wearing white robes, kind of ugly. The other facing north, red robes, very handsome.
Specific descriptions. What was Zhao Yan supposed to do?
This was key. He had to wait until they were totally absorbed in their game, then quietly offer them the wine and jerky. Serve them respectfully.
And after they ate?
Then, and only then, he was to fall to the ground, cry, bow, and beg them to grant him a longer life. But, and this was crucial, he absolutely could not mention that Guanlu had sent him or told him what to do.
He had to make it look like his own spontaneous plea.
Exactly. So Zhao Yan does exactly as he's told. Finds the mountain, the tree, the men playing chess, offers the food and wine while they're deep in the game.
Did they accept it?
Yes. They were so focused on the game, they just took it and consumed it without really looking up. Then, when they finish, Zhao Yan throws himself down, weeping and begging for his life.
How did the chess players react?
They were startled. The man in red apparently looked at the man in white and said something like, "This must be Guan Lu's doing." Then he asked the man in white, who seemed to have some kind of record book, to check Zhao Yan's lifespan.
And what did the book say?
It said 19 years. His time was indeed up.
So is that it?
No, this is the incredible part. The man in red took the book, took a brush, and right there on the record changed the number 19. He added a stroke to make it 99.
He just rewrote his lifespan from 19 to 99.
Just like that. Then they sternly warned Zhao Yan never to reveal this heavenly secret, and then
Then what?
they transformed into 2 white cranes and flew away into the sky.
Cranes. Wow. Okay, so Zhao Yan goes back to Guan Lu.
Yes, and Guan Lu explains who those figures were. The man in red, that was Nandu, the South Dipper constellation, believed to govern birth and life.
And the man in white.
Biadu, the North Dipper, who governs death. Guan Lu reassures Zhao Yan that his lifespan is now fixed at 99 years.
That is just an incredible story. Touches on fate, divine power, the danger of knowing too much.
Exactly. That phrase, heavenly secrets, is key. It implies some knowledge isn't meant for humans, or at least revealing it carries a heavy burden. It's like messing with the universe's operating system, may be possible, but incredibly risky.
So Guan Lu could advise farmers, but he also rubbed shoulders with the most powerful man around, Cao Cao. How did that interaction go? Did he advise warlords too?
He absolutely did, and this shows the real-world strategic impact someone like Guan Lu could have. His insights weren't just parlor tricks. They influenced major decisions, maybe even the course of campaigns. For warlords like Cao Cao, facing constant uncertainty, someone who could offer reliable foresight was invaluable.
So how did they meet? Cao Cao was sick.
Yes, the story goes Cao Cao was suffering from an illness, apparently brought on by a disturbing vision. He'd had something about corpses rising up. He was troubled, physically unwell. He hears about Guan Lu's reputation and summons him.
Was Guan Lu intimidated?
Doesn't seem like it. He listened to Cao Cao's problem and then just calmly dismissed the vision as phantom art. Basically told him it wasn't real, just tricks of the mind or spirit.
And that worked?
Apparently, yes. Just Guan Lu's confident dismissal put Cao Cao's mind at ease, and his physical symptoms started to improve. It shows the power of Guan Lu's presence and reputation. His word alone carried immense weight.
Like a placebo effect driven by immense belief.
Perhaps partly, yeah. Or maybe Guan Lu genuinely perceived it wasn't a real spiritual attack. Anyway, Cao Cao was impressed. He then asked Guan Lu for prophecies about the bigger picture, the state of the empire, his own family's future.
And Guan Lu gave him some.
He did, but they were cryptic. Things like 3-8 crisscross, yellow pig meets tiger, south of Dingjun, 1 leg broken, and another. In the Liu Palace, set up the divine seat, the king's way renewed, descendants extremely noble.
Hints and suggestions, not necessarily clear roadmaps.
Exactly. Enough to show insight, keep Cao Cao interested, but perhaps not revealing too many heavenly secrets outright.
Did Cao Cao try to recruit him?
He did, offered him the prestigious position of Taishi Grand Astrologer or Historian, a top job.
And Guan Lu?
Turned it down flat. And his reason is fascinating. He basically did a physiognomy reading on himself.
He read his own face and body.
Yes, citing his thin fate and poor physiognomy. He listed specific physical shortcomings, things like no principal bone on forehead, no guarding pupil in eyes, no beam pillar in nose, and so on. Features that supposedly indicated he wasn't cut out for high office.
Wow.
He finished by saying he could maybe govern ghosts on Mount Tai, but not living people. Essentially saying, my destiny lies in the spiritual realm, not in politics.
That's quite a statement. It probably made Cao Cao trust him more, didn't it? Showed he wasn't just after power.
Very likely. It showed integrity, self-awareness, and his other predictions kept proving accurate, which certainly helped.
Like the military ones.
Exactly. Cao Cao asked him about the rival states, Eastern Wu and Western Shu. Guan Lu predicted, Eastern Wu main general will die, Western Shu will invade borders.
Gabing.
Soon after, Lu Su, a key general for Eastern Wu, dies. And almost immediately, Liu Bei sends Zhang Fei and Ma Chao from Western Shu to attack Xiabian, right on the money.
That kind of accuracy must have been invaluable for strategy.
Immensely. So when Cao Cao was planning his next big move, personally leading an army into Hansun Guanlu, step in again.
With another warning.
Yes. He told Cao Cao, Your Highness should not act rashly. Next spring, Shudu the capital will surely suffer a fire disaster.
A fire in the capital, that's specific.
And given Guanlu's track record, Cao Cao took it seriously. He became cautious. Instead of leading the army himself, he stayed back in Yu County, sent other general.
And took precautions in Judu.
He did. He put defenses in place, and notably appointed a man named Wang Bi to oversee the imperial guards there. This was despite Sima Yi advising against Wang Bi, questioning his character. But Cao Cao trusted Wang Bi's loyalty.
So Guan Lu's warning directly influenced troop movements and appointments at the highest level.
Absolutely. It shows his tangible impact. His divinations weren't just interesting anecdotes. They shaped strategy, potentially averted disasters, and influenced the actions of the most powerful figure of the time.
So let's zoom into the capital of Wushu and the people about to clash with Cao Cao. We start with these two officials, Gengji and Wei Huang, pretty high up in the Han court. And really get under their skin was Cao basically acting like the emperor already. He'd taken the title king, which was bold enough. But then he starts using the emperor's own carriage, wearing the emperor's clothes in public.
Right. That's like waving a red flag.
Exactly. For Gengji and Wei Huang, this wasn't just grabbing power. It was like a public declaration. He's going for usurpation, openly defying the Han. They really saw him as a national bandit, a rebel. So, feeling this way, they start looking around for allies, others who felt the same, and they land on Jin Yi. He's got this impressive family background, descendant of a famous Han minister, Jin Midi.
Which adds weight, right? Legitimacy.
Definitely. But these are dangerous times. You can't just walk up and say, hey, want to overthrow Cao Cao.
No, not a good survival strategy.
So they come up with this test, a loyalty test. It's clever, but super risky. They go to Jin Yi and they pretend they're impressed by Cao Cao, like they're all for his rise. They flatter him, saying things like, oh, the king of Wei will be emperor soon, and you're close to General Wang Bi, you'll surely get promoted. Remember us when you're up there.
Just trying to bait him, basically. See how he reacts without giving themselves away.
And his reaction.
Oh, it's incredible. It tells you so much about the loyalty back then. Jin Yi doesn't just disagree. He gets furious, stands up, brushes his sleeves back. Pure indignation. And when a servant brings tea, he knocks it right over, splashes it on the ground.
Whoa.
And then he lays into them, basically saying, I thought you were my friends because your family served the Han. Now you want to help a rebel. How can I even face you? You see, it wasn't just politics for him. It was like this deep ancestral duty to the Han. Honor. Way beyond personal gain or even staying safe.
So Gengji and Wei Huang knew this guy was the real deal. Willing to die for the cause.
Exactly. He passed the test with flying colors, you could say. Explosively.
Okay, so now they have their core group, Jin Yi's in, and he proposes this strategy, an inside-outside plan.
Right. Hit them from within the capital, but also coordinate with potential outside help.
And they need more people, more passion. So they bring in Ji Miao and Ji Mu. These are the sons of the imperial physician Ji Ping.
Ji Ping from the Girdle Edict plot.
Exactly. Cao Cao had executed their father during that earlier conspiracy. So for these brothers, it's not just about the Han dynasty. It's personal, deeply personal. The grudge of their father's murder, revenge.
And that combination, it's potent, isn't it? High political ideals mixed with raw personal vengeance. It makes the whole thing incredibly charged, galvanizes people, makes them absolutely committed, perhaps even reckless.
So the plan comes together. For the Yuanxiao Festival, that's the 15th day of the first lunar month, Lantern Festival.
A night of celebration, chaos, perfect cover.
And Jin Yi uses his connection to Wang Bai, Cao Cao's general in charge of the capital. He suggests letting everyone put up lanterns, make a big show, frame it as, peace and prosperity under Cao Cao.
Clever. Using the symbols of Cao Cao's success against him.
Right. So the plan is Gengji and Wang Huang, each with maybe 300, 400 family retainers.
Loyal household troops, basically.
Yeah. They attack Wang Bi's camp from different sides. Signal. Fire inside the camp. Meanwhile, the Ji brothers, with another 300 men, attack from outside the city. Again, fire is a signal. Rally the people. And the ultimate goals. Pretty huge. Seize Wang Bi's troops. Get the emperor to the 5 Phoenix Tower.
A symbolic move showing they have the emperor's support.
Rally the public shouting, execute the national bandit. And crucially, call for Liu Bei. Get him involved as their outside muscle.
Liu Bei, the imperial uncle. A major rival to Cao Cao.
So the 5 of them, Gengji, Wei Huang, Jin Yi, Ji Miao, Ji Mu, they seal it. A blood oath. I'll seal it. Binding themselves together. All in.
A point of no return.
Then the night arrives, the 15th. Clear sky, stars, moon shining. The city's lit up. just like they planned, lanterns everywhere,
Yeah.
and Wang Bi completely oblivious, relaxing, drinking with his officers in his camp, enjoying the festival atmosphere.
Thinking everything's peaceful and under control.
Then boom, chaos, shouts, fire erupts at the back of his camp. Wang Bi scrambles out, sees the flames, hears the fighting, realizes he's under attack, jumps on his horse, tries to flee through the south gate, and runs right into Gengji.
Bad luck for Wang Bi.
Gengji shoots him. An arrow hits him right in the shoulder, nearly knocks him off his horse. Wounded, panicked, Wang Bi bolts towards the west gate, ditches his horse, runs on foot. Rebels hot on his heels, and here's where it gets just unbelievable. Where does he run?
Let me guess. Jin Yi's house.
Yango. Of all places. He hammers on the door, desperate for help from his loyal subordinate.
Oh, the irony.
Jin Yi, of course, is out leading the attack. Only his wife is home. She hears the banging, thinks it's her husband back already, and she calls out from behind the door. Has that fellow Wang Bi been killed yet?
Oh my goodness.
Just like that. A casual question.
And that's it. The whole thing unravels. It's fascinating, isn't it? How history can turn on these tiny accidental moments, months of planning, oaths, lives on the line, undone by one sentence overheard through a door. It really shows how fragile these conspiracies were. So many variables, so much depending on chance, on human error. A stray comment shatters everything.
Wang Bi hears that, freezes, instantly knows Jin Yi betrayed him. He doesn't stick around. He runs off, finds Cao Zhu, another general loyal to Cao Cao, and spills the beans. Rebellion. Meanwhile, Xu Du is in chaos. Fires are spreading, reaching the Five Phoenix Tower. The emperor has to hide deep in the palace, guarded by Cao Cao's men, and you can hear the cries in the street. Kill Cao's bandits, support the Han. It shows how much anti-Cao Cao feeling there really was.
Waiting for a spark.
But just as the rebellion seems to be peaking, intervention. Shou Dun, one of Cao Cao's absolute top generals. He's stationed just outside the city, maybe 2 miles away, with 30,000 troops.
On Cao Cao's orders, crucially, always vigilant.
He sees the fires in the capital, doesn't hesitate, leads his main force to surround Xu Du, cuts off all escape, sends troops into the city to back up Cao Zhu. Swift. Decisive.
And that really highlights Cao Cao's strategic thinking, doesn't it? Not just fighting wars, but maintaining control. Having that kind of force ready right there. It's like a built-in kill switch for any uprising. Shows his ruthlessness, his preparedness. He was always thinking ahead.
The rebellion just gets crushed. Jin Yi, the Ji brothers, killed fighting. Gengji and Wei Huang try to break out, but Xiao Dun's cordon gets them. Captured.
The end of the line for them.
And Cao Cao's response. It's brutal. Just utterly ruthless. He orders Gengji, Wei Huang, and their entire clans executed. 5 whole families. Wiped out in the marketplace.
Not just the conspirators, but everyone connected to them. Collective punishment on a massive scale.
Gengji goes down defiant, cursing Cao Cao as a bandit, vowing to become a ghost to haunt him, even as they silence him. Wei Huang, too, dies in fury. But Cao Cao isn't finished. He stages this. Chilling flag test back in Yi County. Gathers all the officials from Xu Du. Sets up 2 flags, red and white. Says, okay, if you help put out the fire, stand under the red flag. If you didn't, white flag.
It's a psychological trap.
Totally. Most officials rush to the red flag, thinking, right, I helped, I get rewarded. Maybe 2/3 go red. And that public display of cruelty. How do you think that changed things for Cao Cao, beyond scaring people?
That's such a key question. It wasn't just fear. It was about fundamentally twisting the meaning of loyalty. He wasn't looking for people who just obeyed. He wanted people who anticipated his will, who were absolutely aligned, even in their thoughts. By killing the ones under the red flag, the ones who looked loyal but he suspected were just opportunistic, or maybe even secretly hoping the rebels succeeded, he sent a message. Neutrality wasn't safe. Even appearing to do the right thing wasn't safe if he doubted your inner motive. It shifted everything. Survival now meant guessing Cao Cao's mind, being utterly subservient. No room left for dissent, not even in your head.
Horrifying. He orders all 300+ officials under the red flag executed. Says their real aim was helping the rebels, not saving the city. Those under the white. Rewarded. For honesty, or maybe, like you said, for correctly guessing the deadly game. Wang Bi dies from his arrow wound eventually. Gets a big funeral from Cao Cao. Cao Cao then promotes loyalists Cao Shu, Zhang Yao, Hua Xin. Creates new ranks of nobility. Solidifies his grip completely.
And he remembers the prophecy, right? Guanlu's warning about fire. Rewards the diviner. Shows he paid attention to those things too.
So while Cao Cao is busy purging his capital with an iron fist, things aren't exactly quiet elsewhere, are they? This wasn't his only headache.
Not at all. Consolidating power meant fighting on multiple fronts. Let's shift focus to Hanzong.
Okay, different theater of war. Hanzong region. Strategic gateway. Here we've got Cao Cao's generals, Cao Hong, Zhang He, Xiao Yuan, facing Liu Bei's side. The famous Zhang Fei, Lei Tong, Ma Chao. And Ma Chao has Wulan leading his vanguard.
The clash of titans brewing there, too.
So first contact, Wulan's vanguard meets Cao Hong's army. Wulan's actually cautious, wants to pull back. But his deputy Ren Kui, he's eager for a fight.
Hot-headed.
Yeah, argues they need to hit first or they'll look bad in front of Ma Chao. So Ren Kui charges out against orders, challenges Cao Hong.
Not usually a good idea to challenge a veteran like Cao Hong impulsively.
Nope. Cao Hong takes him down fast. 3 bouts, the text says. Ren Kui is killed. Cao Hong presses the attack. Wulan's forces are routed. Wulan retreats.
But Ma Chao's reaction is what's really interesting here. He doesn't just rage about the defeat, he shows real discipline. He chews out Wulan for fighting without orders, yes, but then he immediately orders his troops to dig in, hold the strategic passes, wait for orders from Chengdu. It's such a contrast to Ren Kui's rashness. Controlled strategic leadership, patience, knowing when not to fight.
Meanwhile, Cao Hong, despite winning, gets cautious. He pulls back to Nanchang. Partly because Ma Chao isn't doing anything, which makes him suspicious. Is it a trap?
Yeah.
But also, he's spooked by that prophecy. Guan Lu's warning about a great general falling in this area. It's weighing on his mind.
Interesting how even seasoned generals could be swayed by superstition or omens.
But this caution drives Zhang. It's
Well,
Zhang. He is known for being brilliant, but also arrogant.
extremely arrogant at times.
He basically mocks Cao Hong. You fought your whole life, General. Why listen to a fortune teller now? He boasts he can easily take Baji. Says once Baji falls, the rest of Shu is theirs for the taking. And then he dismisses Zhang Fei, one of the most feared warriors of the era, calls him just a child. Oof. That's textbook hubris, underestimating your enemy, especially that enemy. It's a classic setup in these stories, isn't it? Overconfidence leading to potential disaster. History is full of it. Zhang, he's dismissing both caution and a legendary opponent. Dangerous mix.
Totally. Cao Hong is clearly uneasy, but he lets Zhang go. On one condition, Zhang, he has to sign a document.
Basically, if I screw up, I accept the consequences. Military punishment.
Putting it in writing, setting the stage for what comes next.
Exactly. As the saying goes, proud soldiers often lose. Underestimating the enemy rarely wins.